Hi guys, I just thought I'd do another video. It's nearly 20 past 2 in the morning. Unfortunately, I suffer insomnia sometimes, so I get a bit bored during the night, and I thought that I'd share a couple of things with you this morning. Years ago, I used to be quite religious, and I was in a church. I was in the Mormon church, which I still believe a lot in their teachings. And basically, in 1993, I had what's called a T-book, or a testimony book. I'm going to share a couple of things in there with you guys, and also I'm going to share a couple of poems that I did when I was a teenager. A couple I did, well, one of them I did when I was at school, and it was the Bosnia War, and the rest I did after I left school. And I went through a bit of a rough time, and I wrote all my thoughts and my dreams and how I felt down on paper. So without ado, I'm just going to show you the start of my T-book. So here is my testimony book that a friend of mine from America, one of the missionaries, did for me. There's a couple of testimonies in here. As you can see, the portrait of Jesus Christ there, and somebody's testimony. I've actually covered their addresses up because I don't know if they still live there or not. Now, this one here was the 23rd of October to the 6th of November 1993. I went on a mini mission and asked all these missionaries there, and I went around to teach the gospel and all that kind of stuff. And this is just an amazing, I think it's an amazing testimony, and it's actually quite creative of how he's done it. It was that guy there. No, he doesn't have a body like that, but it was that guy there, Elder Hoover, who actually did this testimony, which I believe is amazing. Again, another testimony there. Again, there's a couple of great testimonies in here. This one again. Turn the page. Wow. What does that say? Be a sheep in sheep's clothing. Yeah, I actually had a great time in church. I don't know why he's got a noose around his neck, but there you go. Another testimony, and another great testimony of somebody I once knew called Limeray. Again, off a Stream Woodward who I used to live with. Again, another one from another missionary. Right, that was just a little insight into my testimony book. It's good for your morale, and it's good to have a look back and see what people wrote about themselves and wrote about you. I'm now going to have a look at a couple of the poems I did. This one here I can't remember, it's in the early 1990s, so It was when the war in Bosnia broke out, and basically I think I was on my way to school at the time, and I had to catch 2 buses to school, and I was stood at a bus stop in Mansfield, and it was a lovely day. It was a blue sky, sun was shining, and this is what came in my head. It's called Pains of Bosnia. A new day, a glorious sun. Why do these children hide and run? Dodging the bullets, whistling through the air. All of these pains the children have to bear. A soldier shoots from his gun and kills a child just for fun. All these people, you hear them cry as they hit the floor and they lay to die. Killing families until they are dead. Hundreds of children lie injured in bed. Is there anyone in the world out there who can say that they really care? Why, oh why, all of this sorrow, as it is here today and tomorrow? Yeah, that's just basically a self-explanatory poem that I did. I must have been about 15, I think, 14, 15, I think I was 15 when I did that one. Now, obviously, some of you that have read and watched my videos realise that I've gone through some trials and tribulations in my life. However, I've always turned the negative into a positive, and I've always gone out of my way to help others who have gone through similar things to myself. Hence the reason I worked for social services for 19 years. I helped a lot of young people through a lot of hard times. These poems I'm going to read now, a couple of them are self-explanatory. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but you'll kind of realise, you know, how it affected me as a young person. And the first poem that I'm gonna read is called Left Alone. Your dreamers awaken by feeling so strong, for something downstairs is also wrong. Stumbling the stairs, you rush to the room. Your face is stopped and filled with gloom. Mother's asleep, and her colour is pale. The instinct to wake her does not vail. For by her side is a pills box empty, and the tablets she has taken plenty. The number you dial is 999, and in your head you wish she was fine. Your hand falls down and replaces the phone as you begin to realise you're all alone. The pain inside you have to fight, for in the street is a blue flashing light. That's obviously self-explanatory. It was one of many, many experiences that I saw as a child growing up. I'm not going to go into too much detail because it's self-explanatory. Here's another poem I did. Again, I was probably 16, I think, when I did these. This one is about the abuse I suffered as a child. It's called The Cry for Help. The pain and hurt, it will never fade. As he ordered me down, and down I laid. He touched and caressed my virgin smooth skin, as he is part of Satan's sin. He held my unharmed hand, gentle and calm, and to my groin I felt his rough warm palm. I was 9 years old. I was full of shame when this happened to me again and again. For this old man, he's in my head, and how I wish he would die. But no one could hear my silent words of cry. Finally they hear, and they roll the dice, for the dirty old man has to pay the price. I pray to the Lord, forgive the insane, regretting it could cause so much pain. Again, that's obviously self-explanatory of the abuse that I suffered as a child, and as you know, I had the compensation come last month. It doesn't help, but it kind of puts a bit of a closure on that chapter for a little bit. Sorry, I got a bit close. The next one, I think it was how I felt growing up as a child. I was in a lot of turmoil, and obviously suffered a lot of childhood depression, which obviously I didn't actually realise until later on. This is called Pain That Hurts. Love and hate comes and goes, like a piece of barbed wire around a single red rose. It all bottles up deep inside as a single crystal tear falls from my eye. Think of the good times we've had, but look at it now. It's all so bad. The memories I have to burn. As in my life, which way do I turn? Should I run, or should I hide? Do I stay, or do I die? Then I sighed. Are birth and death wounds to bring our healing? As a baby laughs, all I do is cry. Reading that back, actually, that's actually quite an intense, emotional poem. I did that at the age of 16. Wow. After I met my first wife, before I was married, I ended up going to college because I wanted to better myself and have a good career. And I did English. I taught me English, and I got a grade C, I think, a C/B. And I actually gave some of these poems as part of my coursework. However, the English teacher, even though she read them, she brought me to one side and she actually cried and says, "I'm really sorry, but I can't put these forward for your English exams because it's too personal, obviously." She asked me to write 2 poems, one that actually means a lot to me, and one anything that I want to write about, such as an object or anything really. And I sat and pondered, and in life, I think all I wanted at the time was actually love. And I wrote this poem, which I put into my GCSE English, and the next poem as well. And I actually got an A for these. I don't know why, but there you go. Now, the first one, I must have wrote this in 1995, 96, because I was still at college. And it's funny because I think some of the words that I've done, I tinkering either a Robbie Williams song or a Take That song. But I actually wrote this first, I believe. I hope I did anyway. This is called Love Is. I do not want, like others may do, a red sports car all shiny and new. I'm not impressed by Armani suits, those Gucci watches or designer boots. I don't need a kingly jet of my own to fly me away to my island home. Diamonds are rocks, that's all that they are. Raindrops in sunshine are brighter by far. Objects are not that important, you'll find. Give me your love, steadfast, constant and kind. That's all that I need, and I want forever to be with you now, tomorrow and ever. I don't need a pill to let myself be, because to me, you are my ecstasy. So that one was called Love Is. This one, I'm going to read it out, and afterwards, if you don't get on what I'm talking about, I'll let you know on what it is. This is called Illuminations. Right. Mystic orb, veiled by cirrus cloud, so tranquil, so serene. Your light bathes me in its radiance, lifting my soul, floods my feelings, wailing up from ageless dreams, awakening the celestial goddess of the skies, surrounded by brilliant gems. Wrapped in comfort darkness, as a shimmer of indulgence and shadows scurry by, nocturnal darkness veiling truthful peace. An ageless harbinger of the dawn, its meek and humble servant. By God it was given since time begun, to earth its eternal use. Illuminations, again that's called. If you've not actually worked it out, the mystic orb veiled by cirrus cloud, wrapped in comfort darkness, surrounded by brilliant gems, nocturnal darkness. Have a look up at the sky at night and you'll see the moon. That's just a little poem about the moon and how peaceful darkness is. I used to be scared of the dark, and when I was young, again I think I was about 11, maybe 12, I decided to go out. In fact, it's a bit older, I think I was 12, 13, because I was living in Woodhouse. I decided to go down Paisley Vale in the middle of the night on my own. And I went down and it was pitch black apart from a very bright full moon. And it kind of comforted me. And I felt as though no matter what happens in life, through any darkness through life, there will always be a light, a bit of hope, I suppose. And after then, I was never afraid of the dark. I actually found peace and I found it calming. And now, I suffer from insomnia. I'm awake a lot of time at night. So. Yes, so there's a couple of my poems. I'm just going to change the... There they are, look. There is a couple more poems, but I'm not going to go into those because they're a bit lovey-dovey ones and I'm not really bothered about them. On the 15th of June of this year, and it was just before the breakup of my marriage. I found this on my phone earlier. I didn't actually realise I had it. I wrote a little poem. It's only a little one, but I haven't even named it yet. Anyway, this is how it goes. Smile today for happiness to last. Smile tomorrow to forget the past. But the past makes us who we are. So just remember your journey so far. Happiness lies deep within and not on the path of where you've been. Live for today and do not be dumb, for the break of morning may never come. Bit of a strange one, that, isn't it? But yeah, I found that on my phone. I still have a dabble in poetry every now and again, and I've still got to name that one. So if anybody has any ideas of what I could name that, drop us a line and let me know, and I may actually put your ideas forward and name it after what you think. Well, that's it for tonight, really, on the poetry. Just to let you guys know, I follow the philosophy of that of a phoenix. I've had a lot of trials and tribulations in my life. I turn the negative into positive as much as I can, and basically no matter what happens, I will always rise from the ashes and be a better version of myself. And I think if everybody can take that on board, no matter what happens in your life, you'll always be able to overcome it. The memories never fade, they'll always be there. You may have a relapse in what trials and tribulations you've actually gone through, but always remember, talk to people, talk to your friends, talk to your families, seek professional help if you need to. I'm not ashamed to state that I've had mental health issues. I've had depression, I suffer PTSD, I've got passive attachment disorder, obviously due to all my past. But don't let it define who you are. Go out there, be as positive as you can, and if you can't talk to anybody, drop me an email or drop me a line on here. It's always good to talk, especially you guys out there. We bottle it all up. I've done it myself. Don't. It's not good for you. It's good to talk, as what's his name, Hodgkins or whatever his name was, he used to say in the BT advert. It's good to talk. Anyway, enough of all that. Enjoy your day, evening, night, whatever it is when you watch this. Have a good time, and don't forget, talk. Mental health matters. See you guys.